Legal analyst Melville Roberts has once again stirred the national debate, this time by resigning from the United Democratic Party (UDP) and denouncing its endorsement of Tambadou for a seat at the International Court of Justice. Speaking on Eyeafrica TV's senior platform again, Roberts argued that Tambadou, given his alleged involvement in the controversial sale of Jammeh-era assets, is the least qualified to serve at the world's top court. He later doubled down in a fiery Facebook statement, saying the UDP's silence on the matter betrays its founding principles of justice and accountability. Now to the full story. In another twist of events involving Melville Roberts, legal practitioner and frequent contributor to public legal debates in the Gambia, has announced his resignation from the United Democratic Party (UDP), citing the party's silence and continued support for former Justice Minister Tambadou as disgraceful. Roberts' departure followed his appearance on Eyeafrica TV's senior program, where he was asked whether Tambadou's failure to secure a temporary judicial appointment at the International Court of Justice could be linked to the ongoing public criticism of his role in the controversial sale of assets belonging to ex-President Yahya Jammeh. In his response, Roberts clarified that Tambadou was not rejected from a permanent seat, but rather not selected to temporarily replace an ICJ judge who had stepped down to run for Prime Minister. The decision, made jointly by the UN General Assembly and Security Council, appointed a new candidate to serve out the term until 2027. Tambadou, however, is still vying for a separate full-term seat in the upcoming 2026 ICJ elections, which the Gambia has yet to withdraw from. His nomination remains officially endorsed by the United Democratic Party. But Roberts argued that his endorsement fundamentally undermines the UDP's professed values that Tambadou is the least qualified to sit at the ICJ, an institution where fairness, impartiality, and unquestionably integrity are the benchmarks.
Vying for the one that the Gambia government has endorsed Tambadou for. That election is in November of 2026. So that position is still open, and he is still vying for that position because the Gambia has not withdrawn their endorsement. However, some of us feel that Tambadou is the least person that should be qualified to sit at the International Court of Justice, which is the apex court where justice is dispensed in an equitable and fair manner. And the individuals that sit in this court should be beyond reproach. They should have a sterling character. The integrity should be unquestionable. And we are saying right now, Tambadou is so much tainted with the way Jammeh's assets were disposed of, with everything else that is shrouded in mystery to this date, that Tambadou is the least person qualified to sit at the ICJ. And somebody like me don't understand why a party like the United Democratic Party, a party that prides itself in democratic ideals, a party that prides itself in the rule of law, a party that prides itself in transparency and accountability, will endorse Tambadou, even though all the allegations that are out right now on social media, from the government, from the commission, from different actors and players, from civil society, they will still continue to endorse a man with questionable character. I still don't understand why the state...
Roberts noted that numerous voices from government actors to civil society organizations have raised concerns over Tambadou's involvement in the asset sales, many of which remain unresolved in the public domain. He criticized the UDP's failure to address these allegations, arguing that the party's silence reflects a double standard on accountability.
A man that they have seen all the allegations that are over Tambadou's head, and they continue to support that. What I believe in my personal capacity, and this is just my opinion, I believe that the UDP is telling us, you know what, we don't care about transparency and integrity and accountability. I believe the state of Gambia is telling us we are not bothered about accountability. We are not bothered about transparency. We are not bothered about corruption. That is what they're saying. They are dignifying corruption. They're dignifying theft. They're dignifying everything that is wrong in our society. And I feel no right person in their right frame of mind should support a person that every single sector of our national discourse is mentioning him in the way that the Jammeh assets were disposed of. And we are talking about billions.
Meanwhile, in his Facebook statement titled "Silence is not leadership," Roberts finalized his exit from the UDP. He wrote the party's continued endorsement of Tambadou despite serious and unresolved allegations is not only disappointing, it is disgraceful. If not were an ordinary party member at the center of such controversy, would the UDP still be mute? Roberts said his departure was a matter of principle, maintaining that admiration for UDP leader Senou Dabo will not cause him to compromise on his core values. The Gambia deserves more, Roberts concluded. We deserve leadership that doesn't just talk about justice and accountability, but lives it. As the debate over Tambay disqualifications for international judicial service intensifies, Roberts' resignation is likely to deepen the political and legal scrutiny about the Jammeh asset saga, an issue that continues to haunt multiple power centers in the country. For African News, Khadija Tujalo.